cost of the licenses, or
No, they did, they said millions of dollars.
the millions of dollars. All right, how much did you mention this in your first speech at all? And why the sudden shift of terrorism to nuclear plants are just plain flat out dangerous? Why suddenly develop your mess to decide more? Why introduce all these new arguments right before the rebuttals? Right before
Because it's our job to disprove the affirmative, and this evidence is relevant, and we think that people should be aware of how dangerous your plants are before they go implementing them.
Okay,
We couldn't read everything in our first speech, so we had to save some for the second.
okay.
And you can put evidence in the constructive.
And your
Can you expand a little bit more, maybe I missed it, but could you expand on how exactly vendors would be cutting corners?
Vendors, because it's natural for people who sell things to want to get the best,
Well, I mean, yeah.
to get the best cost ratio compared to the manufacturing, they'd be wanting to make sure that they're not spending too much, so the corners they cut would be on safety.
Yes, but if let's say that one of their nuclear plants explodes, why would anyone ever want to use them as a vendor again? With the free market, in a sense, regulate itself from like exploding, because no one would want.
people tend to be rational, and these people know that if one of their nuclear plants
I agree, if one of the nuclear
Explodes.
plants, if a nuclear plant explodes, no one will want to
so
use
you're
that vendor.
arguing that these
And
people
no
are
one will
gonna-
ever want to use an SMR again.
Yes, but
so
then
you're
that means
arguing
that.
that people are going to be
Then that,
irrational and are going to self-sabotage themselves?
because
No,
no one
they're
wants
going
that. No one
to-
wants a nuclear explosion, so they are going to be safe. They're not going to make a nuclear explosion that will destroy the thing they just invested in. They'll make sure that in terms of SMRs,
As you pointed out in your evidence, there has not been a huge nuclear disaster in the United States. People aren't aware of the huge risk.
the reason why there hasn't been is because of the regulations that are put in place and the free market regulating itself.
There have been disasters, just not here. Our safety standards are why.
Was that a statement or a question?
I suppose it can be a question. I could put it in question form.
Here, can you put it in question form, please?
What is this, Jeopardy?